Hi, I'm Rosemary Cox, Senior Consultant here at DCI Consulting.
And I'm Dave Scher, also a Senior Consultant at DCI, and we're here at the DCI booth at the National ILG Conference in San Antonio, and we're having a great time. I just came from a really great session with our own President Dave Cohen, and he spoke with David Fortney about several pay equity issues, things like doing a shareholder wage gap analysis, being prepared for certain state laws and regulations, and just a really informative, great session. But what we really wanted to talk about was this morning's keynote address with EEO Chair Victoria Lipnick. And so, Rosemary, can you share what Vicki had to say about the EEO-1 survey?
Oh, absolutely. That was the elephant in the room this morning. It was really interesting. She had a lot of great things to say, but as soon as she mentioned the EEO-1 report, everybody perked up. So what happened, if you are not familiar with, we have a new EEO-1 report that was approved by the Office of Management Budget, or OMB, about a year and a half ago, actually. And that was the one that was going to require us to put wages and hours worked on that report and turn it in effective March of 2018. So back in February, the U.S. Chamber went to the OMB and said, you know what, this is really a burden on employers. So we really want you to reconsider repealing that. So it's been sitting on the OMB desk since February. Nothing's been done about it. So Ms. Lipnick now is pressuring the OMB to make a decision. She has written memos, she's called, she says she's done everything in her power to say, what are we doing here? They need to change systems, etc. So she gave them until August 31st to come up with what are we going to do, old or new. So we're still in limbo. But what she has requested is that we now go to our employers and say, okay, if this thing goes through on August 31st, then we need to start having some manpower so we can change systems and we can get prepared. So we have no news, but it was at least really good to hear that now we have a deadline. The other thing that was addressed was in a question. Dave?
Yeah, actually at the very end of the session, there was a question from the audience talking about basically the sexual orientation and gender identity policy. And so the EEOC has taken the stance that sexual orientation and gender identity, while not expressly in Title VII, are covered under the sex discrimination part of Title VII. Just this week, we had the Department of Justice put out an amicus brief saying that they disagree with that position. But Ms. Lipnick was very clear that the EEOC is standing behind their position. They don't take issue with the DOJ taking a different position. They think both are legitimate, but the EEOC is still going to consider sexual orientation and gender identity to be protected and continue going on with that presumption. So two questions that we kind of got answered from, and just really continuing the positive tone and also the support from these government agencies, which is a very welcome relief after the previous 8 years.